I'm Maggie. Thank you guys for being here. I love Santa Cruz. I'm so excited to be here. Last night I was in Santa Ynez doing a show, and it was good. They were very sedate. I think there are more wineries there than there are fake boobs in LA. Yeah. Anyway, a little about me. I'm a single mom. Oh, no parents out there. You guys all look too happy, right? Yeah, I thought so. It's hard being a parent, right, you guys? You have to pretend to enjoy all those things your kids enjoy. Like kids' birthday parties, play dates, their father. But I do surprisingly well on dating apps. And I think it's because my profile says that I don't want kids. And then they find out it's because I have 4. That's right, really, I have 4. I know it sounds like a lot, right? And it is, but I love being a mom. And you know what they say about having kids? It's a lot like making pancakes. First one's kind of fucked up. Are you a first pancake?
Yeah.
So am I. I see you. First one's kind of fucked up. Probably should have thrown it away. It's okay to laugh at that. It's still okay. I think it's still legal. But I think having kids is a lot more like eating pancakes. You always regret having your 4th one. In case you guys were wondering, none of my pancakes like that joke. Especially my first pancake. You guys, she was so upset about that joke, she disinvited me from her wedding. And I was so sad. I was like begging her. I was like, honey, you don't understand. You don't get redos of special days in life like weddings. Unless you're me. And then you get a couple. That's right, you guys. I have been married twice. It turns out you can actually get worse at something. Yeah, you can. But you know what? Marriage is hard, right? Marriage is hard. My last husband had a lot of mental health issues. And when you're with someone who's bipolar and untreated, it's kind of like being on a roller coaster that never fucks you. It's okay to laugh at that too, I think. But you know what? At the end of my last marriage, I was willing to do anything to try and save it. I learned to cook. I went to therapy. I even took a class on how to give a great blowjob. And it's not that I learned anything that technical, but I did learn that the secret to giving a great blowjob was pretending you like doing it. So I guess it was more of an acting class. I really just tell that joke so you guys all know I give a great blowjob. I guess, for everybody the pandemic was hard, but for parents, it was really hard, right? It was really, really hard. In my house, it was hard, and before that, we used to sit down at the table and say grace. Now we just say fuck it. And my youngest, she's one of those kids that really craves structure and rules. And she came up to me and she told me that she wanted me to have a swear jar. And I was like, I'll pay you $20 to shut the fuck up about the swear jar. And she was like, how about 80? I was like, I have taught you some fucking things. It was even hard with my older kids, like my 20-year-old son. I used to be like, when are you gonna stop smoking weed? And now I'm like, when are you gonna come home with weed? This kid is really sweet. Last Mother's Day, he actually presented me with a joint, and he was so proud. He was like, it is my dream to get high with you. And I was like, that's great, honey. It's my dream to have abs. Some dreams are just dreams. He actually goes to UCSC. Any people here from Santa Cruz people? He manages Verve Coffee Shop. His name is Jasper. If you see him, tell him his mom loves him and misses him. That is true. None of my kids like that I do comedy. I think the only thing worse to them would be if I did porn. But I'm like, then I could pay for your therapy. Oh boy, yeah. But you know what? I kind of, feel like with kids, sometimes you have to embarrass them to do your job right, to protect them. So when my sons were at that age where I knew that they were watching porn, and in case you're wondering, Jono, that's the age when they suddenly love taking showers, and there are no tissues in your house. Yeah, I knew knew you were a fan of jerking off, you know? I kind of figured. Yeah, and when they were at that age, I made each of them go to Rite Aid with me and buy condoms. Because A, if you can buy condoms with your mom, you'll never be embarrassed to buy condoms. And B, I needed condoms. But you know, I got really straightforward with my kids and talked to them about this stuff because that first pancake of mine, when she was a teenager, I walked in on her having sex with her boyfriend. And I was shocked, you guys. I didn't even know she knew what sex was, let alone reverse cowgirl. That's right, the apple does not fall far from the tree. I only tell that joke because she traumatized me, you guys. Yeah, they don't like those jokes at all, I know. My older son is now living with me again, and he actually will come to my comedy shows, and he feels like he's just being roasted. And after one of my comedian friends said, your next special should be called, I'm So Sorry, Jackson. Because, you know, I tell a joke about him, like when he was in 11th grade, I walked in on him telling his younger brother, who lives here, that he should never go down on a girl, that it was gross. And as a mom and a feminist, like I could just not let that stand, guys. So I grabbed him by the shoulder, I took him to the kitchen, I sat him down at the kitchen table, and I showed him YouTube videos on how to properly perform oral sex. Now, they probably shouldn't have been videos of me. But my heart was in the right place, you guys. Mother of the year over here. But you know what? Gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. It went into a black hole, you guys. Kind of like my 20s. I know it was fun, though. I think it was fun. You know, there was one silver lining to the pandemic for me, guys. I didn't have to lie to my youngest about why I didn't want to take her to Disneyland anymore. Because when you're a parent in Southern California, and that's where I live, and you don't want to take your kids to Disneyland, you're like the Grinch, right? Disney's like a spiritual journey for kids. That's why I used to tell her that the park was in Massachusetts. That was great until she flunked geography. But I think the real reason I hate Disneyland is the rides remind me of a map of all my failed relationships. Like the Splash Mountain ride, it reminds me of all my hookups. Never as wet as I thought I would be. And God, I wish there weren't any pictures. Yeah, it's rough. And the Small World ride, it reminds me of divorce. I mean, at the end of the day, it takes forever, you're in the dark, and I'm just stuck with a bunch of singing children. I can still hear them, you guys. I can still hear them. It's a world of lawyers, a world of tears. It's a world of secrets and wasted years. There's so much that we share that it's time to beware. Why did I ask for full custody? Thank you guys very much. Did you guys know they don't serve alcohol at Disneyland? They do. Yeah, you would if you were a parent, right? It's a very long day. They try to sell California Adventure as a separate theme park, but it's not, you guys. It's just a bar for grown-ups. We would go there if there was just a tire swing and a keg. Thank you. That part of my set was brought to you by Knott's Berry Farm. They have booze because they only have Snoopy and candle making. Yeah. So, you know, dating in LA, maybe not too dissimilar from here. On every woman's journey, like you're bound to hit a bunch of snags. And by snags, I mean super new age guys. These are those guys in your yoga class with the man bun and the Om tattoo and the crystal bracelet. I mean, the best thing about dating these guys is borrowing their jewelry. And I hear they're kind of fun to cry and masturbate with. I don't know, someone will have to tell me. That's right, it's kind of rubbed off on me. I think I'm a little new agey. Is anybody else a little new agey? No? Well, I am. I'm a little new agey, but I'm also practical. So I have crystals for my anxiety, and I take Xanax. And I get my house feng shui, like just in case it works, and I take Xanax. I just had a birthday. Is there any people who have birthdays recently? Any Virgos out there? No. Do you like your birthday? Yeah. Yeah, me too. Some people don't because it makes them feel older, right? I don't feel that way, you know. I feel like I'm still young, I'm still vibrant, I'm still dating 26-year-olds. But you know what? There's a problem with young guys. They don't want a relationship. they want the story, the magic of the MILF, right? They'll be like, they'll be like, please, 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 I've been so good. And I'm like, what am I, Santa? And then I sleep with them, and I'm like, ho, ho, ho. Maybe I am Santa. I'll leave you guys with this. There was one more silver lining to the pandemic for me. It gave me an excuse to give up on dating apps. I didn't want to worry about COVID and movies at the same time. It seemed like a lot. Because I really hate dating apps. I mean, they turn people into the equivalent of fast food. They're not good for you, but they're hot and available right now. Yeah, like this one guy I dated, he was just like Chick-fil-A, warm, delicious, but my gay friends were not having it. And this other guy, I mean, he was just like Subway, a foot long, but kind of weird with my kid. Oh, no Jared fans out there. And the last guy, he was truly a happy meal. He left a smile on my face, but the toy was the best part. Thank you guys very much. I'm Maggie Hyde. I'm on the socials at that Maggie Hyde. I will be here in Santa Cruz